He grips my wrist before I can leave the room, his thumb burning against my pulse like he already knows how fast it's racing. Don't, he says. Oh, controlled. Dangerous. This is the man my husband warned me about. The one he fears. The rival everyone calls untouchable. And here he is, Korean, immaculate, eyes dark and steady, standing between me and the door while my wedding ring still cuts into my finger. Music from the reception thunders through the walls behind us. Applause. Laughter. A celebration I just escaped. You shouldn't be here, he continues, gaze dropping to my bare shoulders, the torn silk of my dress. And neither should I. I laugh, sharp and breathless. Yet here we are. His hand loosens but he doesn't step back. He leans in instead, close enough that I can smell rain and expensive ink, close enough that my body betrays me before my mind can catch up. If you walk out, he murmurs, everything changes. The door handle turns. I don't know who's on the other side. And I don't pull away. Chapter 1. The door doesn't open. Whoever touched the handle hesitates, then retreats, footsteps fading back into the noise of the reception. Applause swells again, oblivious, cruel. He exhales slowly like a man trained not to react. His hand drops from my wrist but the heat of him doesn't leave. Not the way he's standing too close. Not the way his eyes stay on my mouth like he's memorizing it for later. You should go back, he says. I don't move. My husband is still busy, I reply. The word tastes bitter. Husband. Entertaining his donors. Or his lover. Hard to tell anymore. That finally cracks him. Just a flicker, his jaw tightening, something dark sharpening behind his calm. He looks past me at the ruined silk of my wedding dress, the way it hangs wrong, the way I'm barefoot on cold marble. I told him this would happen, he says quietly. Congratulations, I snap. You were right. I turn away from him toward the sink, gripping the edge like it might keep me upright. My reflection looks unreal, makeup smudged, crown of pins slipping from my hair, eyes too bright. A bride who escaped her own wedding night. Behind me his voice lowers. He doesn't deserve you. I laugh again but this time it shakes. You don't get to say that. I do, he replies. Because he never saw you. Not really. I spin on him then, anger surging, sharp and alive. You don't know me. He meets my gaze without blinking. I know you left the stage for him. I know you stopped dancing because his advisor said your body was a distraction. I know he promised you the world and handed you a cage. Silence crashes between us. I stare at him, chest tight. How do you know that? Because I watched, he says simply. And because it made me angry. That should scare me. Instead it does something worse. I step closer, close enough that the air shifts, charged. Careful, I warn. This is how scandals start. His lips curve, not a smile. Something slower. Scandals don't start like this. They start when people lie. His gaze drops again, deliberate, respectful and not respectful at all. My skin prickles everywhere it lands. You're shaking, he says. I'm furious. Good. The word lands heavy. Approval. Invitation. The door clicks behind him as he locks it. My breath catches. What are you doing? Protecting you, he says. From what happens next? And what happens next? I ask though my body already knows. He takes another step in, backing me toward the counter. Not touching. Not yet. Giving me time. You walk back out there, he says, and you smile for cameras while he continues humiliating you in private. Or, his voice drops. You let yourself feel this for one night. This, I whisper. The space between us hums. Being wanted, he says. Not as a symbol. Not as a prop. As a woman. My ring feels like it's burning now. I twist it once. Twice. Still don't remove it. You're his rival, I say. Yes. You hate him. I despise what he represents. And sleeping with me would destroy him. His eyes lift, sharp. That's not why I want you. The honesty in it knocks the air from my lungs. I should stop this. I know that. I should unlock the door, wipe my face, return to the lie I married into. Instead I ask, then why? He reaches up, slow, unmistakable, and brushes a tear I didn't realize had fallen from my cheek. His touch is warm, reverent, like a vow. Because he broke something sacred, he says. And I want to remind you what it feels like to be whole. My pulse thunders. The music outside swells again, blind to what's happening here, to the line I'm about to cross. I slide the ring off my finger. It lands on the counter with a soft, final sound. His breath stutters. That's a decision, he says. I know. Footsteps approach again. Louder this time. Voices. A knock, sharp and impatient. Madam. Someone calls through the door. The mayor is asking for you. I look at the man in front of me, this dangerous, calm rival with eyes like a promise, and then at the locked door. He waits. So do I. Tell him, I say, voice steady now. I'll be there when I'm ready. I reach for the lock. And everything shifts. Tup-to-do. The knock comes again, harder this time. Madam, the voice insists, closer now. They're waiting. I don't look at the door. I don't look at the ring on the counter either. Keep my eyes on him. He's watching me like the room has narrowed to my breath, my pulse, the choice hanging between us. No rush. No pressure. Just presence. It's terrifying. I'll handle it, he says, then raises his voice just enough. She needs a moment. Pause. Murmurs. Reluctant footsteps retreat. Silence floods back in. I didn't know silence could feel this loud. You didn't have to do that, I say. Yes, I did. He finally steps back, giving me space I didn't ask for but somehow need. He reaches for a towel, hands it to me without looking, like he knows I'll use it to blot my face, not hide. Sit, he says gently, nodding to the edge of the counter. I obey. That scares me more than anything. You should leave, I tell him. Before this becomes something we can't undo. He leans against the wall instead, arms folded, expression unreadable. You already crossed that line when you took the ring off. I can put it back on. You could, he agrees. But it won't fit the same. The truth of that lands heavy. I press the towel to my eyes, breathe. This is insane. You me. Tonight of all nights. Tonight is exactly why, he says. I lower the towel. Say it. Say what? Why you're really here. He studies me for a long moment. Then, because he parades progress while practicing control. Because he talks about inclusion while erasing you. Because when you danced, you made people feel things they couldn't manage and he asked you to stop. I flinch. That wasn't his. It was his, he cuts in, not raising his voice. He just made you think it was yours. My throat tightens. I hate how seen I feel. I hate that it's coming from him. You don't get to be right about my marriage, I say. I don't want to be right, he replies. I want you to be free. The word does something to me. Free. It echoes in my chest like a memory. I slide off the counter and stand. We're closer again without either of us moving much. You talk like this is noble, I say. But you're a politician too. Yes. So don't pretend this isn't dangerous for you. His mouth curves faintly. I've been dangerous my whole life. For him. For anyone who mistakes silence for obedience. My pulse jumps. Is that what you think I am? No, he says instantly. I think you were convinced to dim yourself. There's a difference. I swallow. And what do you think happens if we... I stop myself. Shake my head. No. Don't answer that. He nods once, respecting it. Then let me ask you something. I brace myself. What? If you walk back out there, he says, will you be safe tonight? The question isn't about feelings. It's about reality. I think of my husband's smile when he lies. The way his phone was face down. The cold efficiency of his apology. Not regret, strategy. No, I admit. His jaw tightens. Then you don't go back. That's not how this works. It is tonight. I laugh weakly. You can't just take me away from my own wedding. I can, he says. And I will, if you say the word. My breath catches. Where? Somewhere quiet. Somewhere without cameras. Somewhere you can breathe. And then what? I ask softly. He steps closer, stopping just short of touching me. Then nothing you don't choose. The restraint in that almost breaks me. Outside the music shifts. A slow song. Our song. Chosen by committee. Approved by advisors. My phone buzzes in my clutch. A message I don't open. I look at him. This ruins you. He shrugs. Truth always does. And if this is just revenge? I press. If I'm just a way to hurt him? His eyes darken, not offended but intent. Then you'll walk away the moment you feel used. And I'll let you. Silence again. Thick. Waiting. I reach for my clutch, fingers shaking. Not to check my phone. To steady myself. He notices. Always notices. Say no, he murmurs. And I'll unlock the door. I close my eyes. I see myself dancing barefoot on a stage that doesn't exist anymore. I see my body moving without permission. I see a future that feels like air instead of walls. I open my eyes. Unlock it, I say. He nods, steps past me and turns the lock. But instead of opening the door, he pauses. Last chance, he says quietly. Once we walk out together, there's no hiding this. I step up beside him. Close enough that our shoulders almost touch. I'm done hiding, I say. The door opens. Cameras flash immediately. Gasps ripple. My name shouted. His name hissed. I feel his hand hover at the small of my back. Not touching, just there. A promise. A warning. My husband's face goes white. And for the first time all night I smile. Chapter 3. The cameras don't stop flashing. They never do. They chase us down the hallway like predators, shouting questions they already know the answers to. My name. His name. Words like a fair betrayal statement. Someone grabs my arm. Someone else calls out my husband's title like it's a weapon. I don't answer any of them. Neither does he. He walks beside me, calm, unhurried, his presence cutting a clean path through the chaos. Not shielding me. Not claiming me. Just there. Solid. Unshakable. When we reach the exit, my husband finally breaks. What the hell is this? He snaps, stepping into our path, smile gone, eyes sharp with fury he can't afford to show. You think this is funny? I look at him, really look at him, and feel nothing. Not anger. Not heartbreak. Just distance. No, I say. I think this is honest. His gaze flicks to the man beside me. Lingers. You. The rival meets his stare without flinching. Mayor. That single word carries more weight than a shout. You planned this, my husband hisses. I laugh softly. You flatter yourself. He turns back to me, lowering his voice. We can fix this. Go back inside. Smile. We'll talk later. Later. Always later. Always behind closed doors. I already did, I say. His eyes drop, to my bare hand. The missing ring lands like a blow. You embarrassed me, he says. I tilt my head. You cheated on me. Gasps ripple. The cameras surge closer. For a split second I see panic flash across his face. Not because he hurt me but because he's losing control of the narrative. Get in the car, he orders through clenched teeth. The man beside me finally moves then. Just a step forward. Enough. She's not going anywhere with you, he says calmly. My husband laughs, sharp and disbelieving. And who's going to stop me? You. Yes. The word is quiet. Absolute. Something in the air shifts. Even the reporters feel it. Power doesn't always shout. Sometimes it settles. My husband scoffs. This is a mistake. You think aligning with him helps you. He looks at me like I'm still something he owns. He'll drop you the moment it costs him votes. The rival doesn't react. I do. I cost you nothing, I say. You spent me. Silence. Thick. Final. I turn away first. The rival opens the car door. Not the official vehicle waiting for the mayor, but a black sedan parked just far enough away to make a statement. No flags. No seal. As I slide inside, the noise fades. The door closes. The world narrows. For the first time since tonight began, I breathe. The car pulls away smoothly, leaving shouts and flashbulbs behind. Neither of us speaks at first. Streetlights streak past the windows, gold and white, blurring together. My pulse finally slows enough for me to feel the ache settling in. The weight of what I've just done. I stare at my hands in my lap. Free. You didn't have to say all that, I murmur. He keeps his eyes forward. I meant it. I know. That's what scares me. Minutes pass. Maybe more. The city thins, buildings giving way to darker streets, quieter ones. Somewhere near the water. Where are we going? I ask. A place that isn't mine, he replies. And isn't his. I nod. That feels right. The car stops in front of a low building overlooking the sea. Lights glow softly inside. No guards. No spectacle. When we step out, the air hits me cool and salty. The ocean breathes nearby, steady, ancient. I didn't realize how much I needed something older than politics. Inside, the space is minimalist. Clean lines. Large windows. A single piece of art on the wall. Abstract, bold, unapologetic. He notices me looking. You like it? It feels alive, I say. Uncontrolled. His mouth curves faintly. That's why I chose it. He gestures toward a sofa. Sit. I'll get you water. Water. I tease weakly. Very scandalous of you. He meets my eyes. I meant what I said earlier. Nothing you don't choose. The gentleness of it nearly undoes me. I sit. He hands me a glass. Our fingers brush. Just for a second. Electric. I pull back first, heart racing. This doesn't change what I am to the world. No, he agrees. But it can change what you are to yourself. I swallow, take a sip. You talk like you know me. I'm learning, he says. If you'll let me. The honesty disarms me more than charm ever could. I don't know what happens tomorrow, I admit. I don't know who I'll be when the sun comes up. He steps closer, not crowding, just present. Then stay with tonight. And you? I ask. What does this cost you? His gaze sharpens, but he doesn't retreat. Everything worth having costs something. I set the glass down. Stand. We're close again. Too close for safety. This isn't just revenge for you, I say quietly. No, he answers just as softly. It isn't. The truth hums between us, undeniable. Outside, the waves crash harder like they're urging us on. I lift my chin. Then don't pretend this is simple. I wouldn't dare. We stand there, suspended on the edge of something dangerous and real, neither of us moving, neither of us willing to step back. My phone buzzes in the silence. I don't look at it. He waits. And in that waiting, I realize something terrifying. I want to choose him. Chapter 4. I don't answer the phone. The screen lights up again on the table, insistent, vibrating like a nerve I've already severed. His name fills it. Mayor. Husband. Stranger. I turn it face down. The rival watches the movement closely, not possessive, not relieved. Just aware. Like he understands the weight of small choices. You don't have to stay, he says. I know. But you are. Yes. The word settles between us, steady and irreversible. He moves first this time, not toward me but past me, opening one of the tall windows. Night air rushes in, cool and sharp, lifting the edge of my ruined dress. The ocean roars louder, impatient. Everyone will tell you tomorrow who you're supposed to be, he says quietly. Tonight is the only time they can't reach you. I step closer to the window to him. And you? I won't tell you anything, he replies. I'll ask. I turn to face him. Ask then. He studies my face like he's committing it to memory. Do you want to be touched? The directness steals my breath. No assumptions. No pressure. Yes, I say, honest and shaking. By me. Yes. He exhales, slow, controlled, but something dark flashes in his eyes. Desire held on a tight leash. Then come here, he murmurs. I close the distance. His hands come up, stopping just short of my waist, waiting. When I nod, he rests them there, warm and grounding. Not claiming. Anchoring. I didn't realize how much I needed to be held like this. Like I'm not fragile, just real. You're trembling, he says. I'm not used to being chosen, I admit. His thumbs press lightly into my hips. Get used to it. The words send a shock through me. He leans in, forehead resting against mine. Our breaths tangle. The world narrows to heat and ocean and the slow, deliberate way he refuses to rush me. When his lips finally brush mine, it's barely there. A question. A promise. I answer by kissing him back. The sound I make surprises me, soft, unguarded. He deepens the kiss immediately, like he's been waiting for permission to lose control. Still careful. Still restrained. But hungry. I grip his jacket, fabric expensive and solid beneath my fingers. Power tailored and dangerous. A sharp knock cuts through the moment. We freeze. Another knock. Louder. My pulse spikes. No one knows you're here, I whisper. I know. He pulls back just enough to look at me. Do you want me to send them away? I nod. He moves toward the door, composed again, like desire is something he can sheath at will. I stay by the window, heart hammering, dress clutched to my body. Voices murmur outside. Pause. Then retreating footsteps. When he returns, his control is thinner. Edges frayed. They won't come back, he says. I swallow. Good. He stops in front of me, gaze intense. If we continue, he says slowly, this won't stay secret. I don't want it to. The admission feels like jumping off a cliff. And flying. He cups my face with both hands, reverent and sure. Then neither do I. This kiss is different. Deeper. No hesitation. The kind that rewrites memory. Somewhere in the distance, sirens wail. The city reminding us it exists. I pull back just enough to whisper, they're coming for us tomorrow. A slow smile curves his mouth. Let them. I press my lips to his again. And this time I don't stop. Chapter 5. Morning doesn't arrive gently. It crashes in with light and consequences and the sound of my phone vibrating itself into exhaustion on the table. I wake tangled in white sheets that don't smell like guilt. For one impossible second I forget everything. Then I feel him beside me, warm, solid, awake. I don't turn my head right away. I don't need to. I can feel the way he's watching me, careful not to break whatever fragile peace exists between night and day. You're awake, he says softly. Yes. Silence stretches. Comfortable. Heavy. Outside the ocean breathes. Inside the world waits. I won't pretend this didn't happen, he says. But I won't decide what it means for you. I finally turn to look at him. His hair is slightly disordered. His shirt is missing. He looks less like a rival politician and more like a man who stayed up guarding something precious. Me. My husband will issue a statement by noon, I say. Apologies. Denials. Something about misunderstanding. He'll try to control the damage. And blame me. He nods. He'll underestimate you again. I sit up, pulling the sheet around myself. My body aches in the quiet way that follows honesty. Not shame. Just truth. They'll ask why I left, I say. Why I walked out with you. They'll ask why I stayed silent before, he replies. I look at him sharply. And I'll answer, he says. If you want me to. The offer hangs there, not rescue, not ownership. Partnership. I swing my legs over the side of the bed. Stand. The city looks different from this window. Less like a stage, more like a place people actually live. I spent years translating myself, I say. Softening my voice. Editing my body. Smiling when I wanted to scream. He doesn't interrupt. I thought marriage meant safety, I continue. But it just meant permission for him to decide who I was. I turn back to him. I won't do that again. Not for anyone. A slow smile touches his mouth. Good. Even for you. The smile deepens, not offended. Relieved. I hoped you'd say that. My phone buzzes again. I pick it up this time. Messages flood the screen. Headlines. My name paired with words like scandal and betrayal and foreign bride. Familiar knives. I don't flinch. What do you want? He asks. The question is steady. Grounded. Dangerous in its simplicity. I think of the stage I abandoned. The music still waiting for me somewhere. The body I was told to quiet. I want to dance again, I say. His eyes sharpen. Then you will. They'll say it proves I was never serious. That I was a distraction. They'll be wrong, he replies. And loud about it. I meet his gaze. This won't be easy. I don't want easy. Another vibration. A new notification. A live press conference announcement. My husband. I exhale slowly. He's already spinning it. Let him, he says. Truth doesn't need to hurry. I step closer to him, close enough to feel the echo of last night without revisiting it. Close enough to choose now with clear eyes. If I stand beside you, I say, they'll say I'm trading one powerful man for another. Then don't stand beside me, he says. Stand in front. The words hit harder than any promise. I smile. Not polite. Not practiced. Stay, I tell him. Not as my shield. As my witness. His answer is immediate. Always. The TV flickers on by itself. Some auto setting neither of us remembers turning on. My husband appears on the screen, solemn and controlled, saying my name like it belongs to him. I don't look away. I think it's time, I say. For what? To stop letting them tell this story. I reach for my phone. Open the camera. The red light blinks back at me. He watches, not nervous. Not possessive. Ready. I inhale. And I speak. The ocean roars behind me. My voice doesn't shake. The book. The red light is still blinking when I finish speaking. For a second no one moves. Not me. Not him. Not the ocean behind us, which feels quieter now, like it's listening too. I lower the phone slowly. My hands aren't shaking. That's it, he asks. That's all I had to say, I reply. Anything more would have been for them. He nods once like he understands exactly what that cost. Within minutes the world responds. My phone explodes with notifications. Support, outrage, disbelief, cruelty, praise. Headlines rewrite themselves in real time. The word mistress disappears. The word dancer returns. Not as an insult this time. As a fact. I don't read everything. I don't need to. Across the room, the television cuts from my husband's press conference to my video. His face freezes mid-sentence, mouth half open, power slipping through his fingers like sand. For the first time since I met him, he looks small. You don't look surprised, I say to the man beside me. I've been waiting for this version of you, he answers. I just didn't know when you'd be ready. I turn to him. And you? What happens to you now? He smiles, slow and dangerous. They'll call me reckless. Say I used you. Say I crossed a line. And did you? No, he says. I stood next to a woman who refused to disappear. The sun climbs higher, spilling light across the floor, across my skin, across a future that feels terrifying and wide open. Weeks later, I'm back on a stage. Not the one I left. A bigger one. The theater is packed. Artists, activists, students, people who look like me, people who don't. Cameras wait, but they don't own this moment. The music starts low, familiar, pulsing through my bones. When I step into the light, the applause is thunderous. I don't look for him. I don't need to. I dance like my body was never silenced. Like my joy is an act of rebellion. Like desire can be chosen, not taken. After backstage, breathless and glowing, I find him waiting. Not in the shadows, not in the spotlight. Just there. You were magnificent, he says. I smile. I know. Outside the city hums. Elections loom. Scandals fade. New stories rise. We don't make promises. We don't need to. Because this time, whatever comes next, I'm not someone's symbol. I'm the woman who walked out of her wedding. And into herself. If you couldn't stop listening, don't stop now. Subscribe for stories that cross lines, break power, and choose desire over silence.